everybody, today I'm going to be doing a review on the Lime Crime Venus 2 eyeshadow palette. Now the last time I reviewed a Venus palette was last year, was actually almost 2 years ago because I reviewed it in December of 2014. So I haven't reviewed a palette like this in a while, but if you guys recall the first Venus palette right here, very similar in packaging. In fact, the only thing they changed was the color scheme and added 2 in numeral Roman numeral form. So very similar packaging to the original one. Now this palette contains really different colors. That's a huge difference between the two. It's like once you open it up, that's when the differences start. Both of these palettes harken back to the 90s, but two very different 90s. This is more like working girl, 90s brown, neutral natural look, very soft on the eyes, very smooth, a lot of masala because that was the color of the year for 2014. Very earthy tones, pinks, coral, maroon, coral, marsala, brown, very earthy. Very earthy. This is more of an eclectic array. This is more grunge. This is more down and dirty. This is the punk. This is the edge. This is the edge of the 90s. So with that being said, the quality in here is pretty much the same as the first Venus palette in that these shades really are smooth. They're pigmented. I enjoyed playing around with them. I enjoyed using them. We have a nice range of colors here. Very minimal complaints, but let me swatch this up for you guys and then I'll talk about the formula of each one, etc, etc. So this first shade is called Pigeon, and as you can see already, this has a dark background with a green shimmer, very similar to MAC Club. Very similar in that here it looks brown, but when I move in the right light it becomes that really pretty green. Then we have Filter, and this is a bright blue. I think this is a nod to like the color of the year, which is Serenity, but it's also blue was such a huge eyeshadow in the 90s. Like every girl had to go through the rites of passage by wearing the blue eyeshadow, especially if you were a teenager. And I love that this is a matte, but it's super pigmented. It's a super pigmented matte. Then we have Marsh, and this is your grungy green. This is your angsty green. This is that like I'm dirty and flannel green. Then we also have another, so by the way, that green is a matte, so we have a lot of mattes in here. Then we have Mustard, which is an absolute mustard shade. Reminds me of like a 1970s sweater, but also can go really 90s. I'm running out of fingers. Then we have Fly. I really liked Fly. It was a little bit of a metallic shade, and it's like a soft yellowish shade. Great for highlight. And I feel like while a lot of shades here are harsh, this one helps to set the shades apart in that you can highlight under your brow with it, highlight the inner corner of the eye, even soften up shades like Mustard. Then we have Jam, which is a nice bright orange. Very pigmented again. All these shades are very pigmented. This is a matte. And then we have Mud. I really like the color of Mud. I know it's a simple brown, but you can never go wrong with your basic brown. Really helps to pair with a lot of these shades. And then we have Root. Now Root on paper is gorgeous. Like if you look at it, it's black, it's got shimmer in it, and when you swatch it up, the shimmer pretty much stays, it's there. You'll see in my solid swatches, it's there, you can see it even here. But the thing is, when you put it on your eye, it's going to migrate. So as beautiful as it is here on my finger and as beautiful as it looks here, it's super gonna migrate. So when you use this, make sure you set it with a setting spray. Otherwise, that glitter is gonna be all over your face. And it's such a pretty glitter too, but I wouldn't want it all over my face. So that being said, these shades were super fun. And also I'm gonna have picture swatches right here. So as you can see, super fun shades. My favorites were Pigeon because it reminded me of MAC Club. I loved Filter, Mustard, and Jam just because they were super pigmented mattes. I love the dirty grunginess of Marsh. I love the highlighting powers of Fly. I love the deepness of Mud. That's another matte shade. So the only shade that I really thought was a little bit hard was Boot, because it's got that galaxy looking glitter that just goes everywhere. Other than that, this is a knock it out of the park palette, affordable palette, cute packaging palette. I would suggest that if these are your, if these colors are your jam, definitely pick it up. You can do very everyday looks with this using shades like Mustard, Jam, Mud, even the shade like Pigeon. And if you're a little bit more adventurous, you can incorporate the bright blue, etc. But you can always tone these down. These blended out really easily. They lasted pretty long on the lid. They lasted about 7 to 10 hours on the lid, but there was some fading past the 7th hour. If you want them to last a little bit longer, use an eye primer, use some jumbo milk pencil to really make them pop, though you won't need it. The matte shades, you can use a fluffy brush with. The metallic-y shades, like Pigeon and Fly, and even the last one there. You can apply these moist. These get super metallic when moist. If you're using a moist brush, you can really pack on the pigmentation with that. But overall, this palette was great. I think you guys should pick it up. I believe they might be still having a deal on them, but I'm gonna leave some links below, so if you want to check them out, just check the information section. Have you guys picked this palette up? Did you like it? And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and please be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm Recycled Stardust.